Yo, what's up? Here's some of the scariest things that happen during your sleep. Part 1. It's going to be REM, which is a sleep behavioral disorder. In fact, it's probably taking on the worst qualities that possibly could be in a dream, which you start to punch, you start to kick, you start screaming curse words, and the fact being, you remember everything that you did that night when you were dreaming, including all those violent actions. This next one is going to be called bruxism or teeth grinding, and basically it's brought on by stress. Now, a lot of people do this, but it can be terrible for your teeth, especially if you have wisdom teeth growing in, because it can cause a severely impacted tooth, and those hurt super bad. This next one is going to be called exploding head syndrome, and the people suffering from this right before they go to sleep hear a loud crashing noise inside of their head, like two cymbals bashing together or an atomic bomb that just dropped inside of their brain. And let me tell you, it's very, very, very uncomfortable. This last one sucks, but we all go through it, and whether it's caused by sleep disorder or not, it still sucks. And if you do go through it, it's most likely caused by anxiety or stress, which we all have plenty of. So welcome to the club.
If you sleep with your window open, this video is for you. Listen very carefully. There were evidence that spirits and ghosts tend to get inside. They can float around in the air.
Terrifying things that can happen in your sleep, part 4. Truly horrific nightmares. Now, we've all probably had nightmares at some point in our life. In some cases, there are people who have terrifying nightmares. They wake up in the middle of the night sweating. Some people think this is from low blood sugar, but it also could be from being hangry throughout the day.
If you sleep with your mouth open at nighttime, listen to me carefully. This might scare you. Spirits could latch its way inside of you and possess you. That's why people sleepwalk.
Creepy stuff that's happened to you lot. Going back last year, I went to bed as normal. I wear a crystal necklace, hematite to be exact, which protects me spiritually. I clutch my necklace every time before I sleep out of habit. I fell asleep, and instead of having a normal dream, I'd dream I did exactly what I did before I fell asleep. It would always end in me ripping the necklace from my neck, and then I'd wake up sweating and my neck hurting, like someone had yanked my necklace. This continued for about 4 nights. On the 5th night it was normal, but I woke up around 3 AM to a 10-foot spider dangling above me, and it sent me into a panic attack. I told my mother about it, and then I learned that it was an astral spider, which is basically a spirit that has not found its place and was feeding off my fear to stay in the human world. My mother is a psychic medium, so I imagine she brings home a lot of spirits. You sound like a character out of a book that I would have definitely read as a child, so please write one.
Here's what would happen if you were asleep for 10 years. First, all the pressure on your body will cut off your blood flow. This will leave you with bed sores all over your body. After that, you'll lose 10 to 15 pounds of muscle every day, making you weak and skinny. Then your heart rate will increase every single day, making it more likely for you to get a heart attack. Then after lack of stimulation to your brain, you will slowly start to hallucinate and see things that are not there. All of this eventually will overload your brain, forcing your brain to shut down, and you will die. Like and follow for more.
Every time you look at me like that, every time you touch on me like that, tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. Tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. Every time you look at me like that, every time you touch on me like that, tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. Tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. I just want your love. Don't need nobody, nobody but us. Let's get lost tonight. Just your body on mine. I just want your love. Don't need nobody, nobody but us. Let's get lost tonight. Just your body on mine. Did I let you know your lips taste just like heaven?
What happens when you sleep in Islam? The moment you fall asleep, your soul is removed from your body and you die a minor death. And according to this verse of the Holy Quran, if you are meant to live, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send your soul back in the morning. However, if you are meant to die, your soul will not return and you will die in your sleep. This is why you should say the dua before sleeping.
This is what actually happens during sleep paralysis. First of all, you're actually still awake and you can hear and see things, but your body can't move because it's actually still asleep. Sleep paralysis only lasts about a couple of minutes, and in that time you can't move or speak. Some people have reported that they feel a heavy weight on their chest, like someone is sitting on them. Also, during sleep paralysis, you're more likely to have a nightmare, causing a lot of fear. And lastly, sleep paralysis usually occurs just as you're about to fall asleep or just as you're about to wake up.
Creepy facts you didn't know about? Alright.
You know that moment when you are falling asleep and suddenly you flinch because you think you are falling.
Bro, all the
This
time.
is called a hypnic jerk.
What is that?
According to reports, the body does this to alert your body that you are dying or thinks you are.
Wait. I can't be the only one that's ever experienced this. Alright, pull your head, chits out.
Here's what happens when you die in your sleep. When you die in your sleep, your heart stops and you stop living. Make sure to follow for more and like if you learned something new.
This happens around your room every time you fall asleep. Let me tell you what happens every time. Someone stands in front of you when you're sleeping. It comes out when you're asleep.
Scary facts that will make your skin crawl. Your mind can sense when someone is staring at you even while you're asleep, which explains why you randomly wake up during the night.
This is true, and I know from personal experience, and if you want to know more about that, stick around. So this literally happened to me like a month ago. So I used to live in an apartment in a pretty shady neighborhood. It was cheap. That's the only reason I was living there. If it was for safety reasons, I would not be there. But it was like a Tuesday night. This is how much I remember it. It was a Tuesday night, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I had like just fallen asleep like an hour before that because I stayed up late. Distinctly remember like waking up at like 1 o'clock in the morning because I felt like I could sense something outside my window, and the bush outside the window, like the leaves rustled. I lived on the first floor, by the way. I don't know if that was obvious. Anyways, I like peek my eyes open just a little bit and like look towards the window. There's literally a silhouette of a dude standing right outside. Yeah, I almost die right there in my bed out of like pure terror, but thankfully my soul decides to stay in my body. Thankfully, I'm not a complete idiot, and I always keep a knife like within reach of me just in case I ever have to literally. I have one in my car if I need it. At this point, I'm kind of left with the decision, do I just lay here and hope he doesn't break in? Or do I just jump up and go spider monkey on his booty? I know some of y'all wish that I jumped up and gone Kung Fu Panda on him, but I didn't. I was lame and I just laid there and I was like... He didn't leave for a few seconds. I kind of did that little like body adjustment that everybody does when they're faking asleep, and do the little thingy. And when I opened my eyes again, he's gone. Which I'm not gonna lie is probably just as terrifying because I literally don't know if I was actually just hallucinating. I am grateful that like I didn't get robbed in the night. Needless to say, I have always locked my window since then. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.
If you want to know a scary fact about sleeping, this video is for you. It's scary because you never know what could happen when you're sleeping. What if one day you never wake up?